Hello again, it's James from JRTBs. It is Friday, May the 12th, and it's just a gorgeous day. It's supposed to be mid-80s today. It's about 78 now. It's before noon. I figured I'd come out before it did get too hot. But the girls are super busy today, and I'm not seeing a lot of pollen coming in right now because I think it's pretty much all nectar. I'm pretty sure the nectar flow is definitely on. They're filling up the boxes pretty quick. They're very active. And it was Tuesday that I decided to introduce that 5-frame nuke paper combine on this hive that was a little too spicy for me, number 12. And I'm going to take you along. I have no idea what they're doing in there, and I'm not even sure what I'm going to do yet once I take the lid off and see if they made it through the paper or not. Gotta figure it out as I go. That's pretty much how beekeeping is a lot of times, but figured I'd take you along and see what we're going to do with that. And then also last Saturday, so it's been almost a week, those 2 swarms that I caught in the apple trees, we're going to take a look at them too and see what's going on. I have no idea if they have queens or no queens, or if that old queen from last year, marked yellow, it was in that big swarm, but we'll take a look. We'll try to keep the video as short as possible, but let's get in there and take a look. They've had a top entrance this whole time. There's definitely bees up there. So I think what happened is I didn't poke any holes in the cardboard, and they basically just did nothing. They just hung out up here as their own colony and used that top entrance. That was my mistake. I should have made some holes. I've done this before and not made any holes, and they've chewed right through it. But I've never done it before putting them on the supers. So they probably didn't go through because they're not near where the brood was down below. So that means I'm gonna have to check on this girl, make sure she's still in here. Okay. This frame's all full of eggs and fresh eggs and larvae since Tuesday. Hard working this high. You know what, I think I'm just going to just gonna make some holes and try this again. I'm afraid to just let her down there with that other colony. I don't know, if to accept it right away. And I probably should go down in that deep colony again and make sure they don't have any more cells. I want to drop the queen. There's the queen. See her there, marked yellow. Put her back in the middle there. I'm going to take this off. Make some holes in that cardboard and that paper. It's actually, there's a little hole up here in the front. I'm just going to help them out here. Make some holes. I had a feeling this was going to happen. Just wanted to try it. It doesn't hurt to give him some more time. She's a strong mated queen. They've got lots of brood, and there's actually lots of bees up in the top, but you see I just ripped it wide open. See, there was a little hole there. They started coming through in that front corner. They started chewing there. I mean, it's only been 3 days. I guess I could have gave them longer, but now they definitely are going to be coming up here. So I'm just going to close them back up. Give them some more time. And I'm just going to hope that they didn't make any more cells down here, but if they did, it's only been 3 days. It took 16 days to hatch a queen, so I'm sure by then that queen should be down there laying, but I'll check. I'll give them the weekend. I'll check again on Monday. So let's go check on these 2 swarms. Now, when I transferred over that 5 frames the other day, right next to this swarm was that colony. So the 5-frame nuke was here, and this was the swarm box. So really quickly, because there was still a lot of bees coming back, there was only 2 frames of bees in the swarm trap for that little swarm. I just quickly transferred them over into that 5-frame nuke, all 5 frames, and slid it over into this position. But I didn't look for a queen or anything like that. So we're gonna take a look now, see what's going on. And this was just a small swarm. Yeah, it looks like, 2 or 3 frames. If I can get you a little closer. These look like empties over here. We'll start over there. Make some room. They're starting to draw that out. That's one great thing about swarms. They really draw lots of foundation. This looks like a frame that of a brood maybe that I put in there. Yeah, this is that frame of brood that I had put in there. There's some openings there, definitely no eggs. It's been almost a week. There could be, if it was a virgin queen, which I'm assuming it was, she could be out right now on a mating flight. Definitely not seeing any eggs. Oh, they were all on top of a queen. That's why I blew to move them. They're kind of hiding here underneath that ball. Yeah, there's a queen there. And they're kind of all over her. I don't know why. I don't know what they're doing. There's a queen there. And they're all kind of tending to her there. Alright. So it was a virgin queen. You can just see her underneath there. She's not very big yet. Who knows, maybe she just got back from a mating flight. But they're definitely tending to her. I'm going to leave them alone. So there's a queen in that one. I'll have to check back. There's no chance for this thing to swarm again, so I'll just leave them alone. And I'll check back in like 2 weeks. That's 14 days. Takes about 21 days before any kind of laying worker situation. So 14 days and we'll be safe, and hopefully I'll find some eggs in 14 days. All right, that's good. Close them up. Let's go check the big swarm. And this one I'm hoping to find the yellow marked queen from last year, and I passed it. I got confused. Here it is. Now, this one was pretty big, so I did bring another 5 frames for a second layer, just in case it's really, really big. We'll see. A little smoke in the front. Yeah, there's a lot more bees in this box for sure. Not seeing any queen on the lid. The cardboard just fell out. A lot more. I see all kinds of all that new white wax down in there where they're drawing foundation out. So this, just by looking at that, I definitely want to give them some more space. So I'll be putting another box on top. I'm just lowering you down a little to get you a little closer. Let's see what's going on. Last year I had the same thing happen, a really big swarm, but I found that queen when I caught the swarm, and I put them in a box just like this, and I went back maybe 2 weeks later, and the queen was gone, and there was a new queen in there. So what they did was they let her lay a few eggs and they just superseded her. There must have been something wrong with her, but they made a new queen. So I'm curious if they did the same thing. Well, there, that is all full of eggs right there in the center. See if you can see them little white grains of rice there. Hopefully you can see that. So there's definitely a queen in here. That's good. All nectar, new nectar on the outside. I don't see a queen here. So there was a queen in here at least within 3 days with the eggs. They've got this stuff all drawn out really fat. So I think I gave them 1 frame of brood, 1 frame of honey, and 1 pollen frame. Some brood there. See some drones. There's more eggs all around the bottom where it's hatching out. There's a lot of bees. They're nice and calm. Saw eggs and some open larvae. Do not see a queen yet. But this is, they definitely need some space. Sorry, I keep blocking a little bit of sun here. We're in the shade a little bit so you can see better. See how nice and calm they are. A little cup there on the bottom. Nothing in it. I'm just scanning again for the queen. Should be marked yellow if I was right. I know they came from number 7. Okay. These were brand new frames, heavy waxed foundation, these 2 in the middle. There's some weight to this one. Yep, they're just filling it with nectar. They draw that out in 6 days. This side's full of eggs. Come on, where is she? She's got to be here. Hopefully you can see those eggs. Little white grains of rice. And they're all still standing straight up. So they were probably laid yesterday. And this side's full of honey. And eggs. There's eggs all around the bottom. Don't see her yet. Almost don't even need smoke. Drawing this one out too. This one was new. There's a ball of bees up here in the corner. Sometimes if you blow on them, they'll move. They might be covering the queen like they were in that last one. Nope, I don't see her. There's only 1 frame left. Maybe I missed her, maybe you guys saw her. I'm looking for a yellow dot, and I'm also just looking for a queen. Don't see her there. This one they've kind of drawn astronaut, a little fat here on the end. Oh, this one's really heavy. It's all nectar. It's just all nectar. You wouldn't usually find the queen here. Well, they got plenty of food. And these, you know, the swarms and these nukes, I haven't fed any of them. And they seem to do just fine. I mean, when I got that, they brought this all in this week. I don't see the queen. I'm going to go back through them really quickly. And then I'm also going to grab another box. I'll be right back with some frames. I'll show you what I'm going to do. Alright, I got another box and all new foundations waxed. With like a swarm like this, I would definitely just use nice wax foundation because they will draw it out pretty quickly. But I'm going to take some of them out. I'm going to pull one of those frames with eggs on it up into the top, and that'll help draw them up. And we'll start working up there. Just going to check again for this queen. I'm so curious if it was the yellow queen from the number 7 colony. That looking good. I don't see a queen there, so I'm going to put this one up top. The box is right up next to me here, and I'm going to put 2 up there. I'm going to put both of these new ones up there. They're both got eggs and some nectar on them. Looking for the queen again. And you don't have to find the queen. You find eggs, you're good, but yeah, I'm just really curious. I don't see her. A lady with some pollen there, yellow pollen. Alright. Put them up there. I got one frame sitting out, and it's happened many times before where I pick that frame up and the queen's on it, which is kind of scary because I don't want her to fall off. Let's check this one again. See some pollen. Usually really good at finding the queens. Not today. Huh. Yeah. Not seeing her. I wonder if she's in the box. On the side wall. Yeah, I don't see her in there either. Let's check the one that's on the ground here. She would probably be on this side in the dark. Yep, there she is. And her mark is almost gone. You see it there? Right there by my finger. Her mark is just about gone. So I'm going to take this opportunity to remark her, and I've been doing that on some of the queens that they just chew the marks off. And I like to use this. Works if you're really patient. Put it over the queen. She tries to get under it at first, and you just have to keep moving the other bees out of the way and slowly close it and wait till she climbs up like that. And now she's in there. I know she's from last year. She has a little bit of yellow on her, so I'm going to remark her yellow. I'll just prime the tip a little bit, and see if you can see this. Slowly raise it up. There's a lot of bees I got in there with her until I get her thorax where I can get a dot of paint on it right there. And there's her dot of paint, and then I let it back down. And sometimes all those bees that are in there, they'll instantly start cleaning it off. But yeah, that was a good dot, and they're not cleaning it off yet. We'll let that dry for a minute. Put her up here. So see that sometimes it happens all the time actually to me. The frame you set off to the side has the queen on it. So now I'm going to put this back together. What I think I might do is put some new waxed foundations in here. There's some nectar on here. There's also going to be a lot of brood. Hopefully they don't just draw it all real fat and ignore these, but swarms are usually really good for drawing out foundations. Get it all centered in there. And then what I like to do is new foundation. Find my marker. Put a 23 on it, just so I know it's 2023, so I can just keep track of how old the combs are. Now I'm going to set this box up on top. So this hive's going to grow pretty quick with that queen, and I mean that's last year's queen. She's perfectly fine. I don't requeen unless there's a problem with the queen. I'll let them go as long as they want to go, but normally something always happens during the season and I end up with new queens and everything, whether I have to do the split or they'll supersede or a queen might die. Something usually happens, and I end up with all new queens every year. But there's definitely nothing wrong with this queen, and I'll let her go as long as possible. So these two are the two egg and honey frames here, and then these three are brand new, so we'll let them grow And eventually they'll go into a 10 frame box, which I don't really have room for it on this stand. I'm quickly running out of room in this apiary. I'm starting that new apiary next week probably. I'm going to take 3 colonies out that have queens. There's 2 here. That's my number 2 queen, 5 frame nuke, and that's number 10 queen. I'll take both of them to the new apiary, and then I'm waiting for some queens to start laying. One in that one, that's a split. And there's a split all the way on the first hive stand. And I was waiting for a queen on that one too. All right. Let's let the queen go. That should be dry. Make sure she's still marked. She is. Let's see. I'm gonna let her go right in the top here. You can watch her walk out if she does. Sometimes it takes her a little while to come out, but I haven't yet tried to mark a queen by picking them up like you see on all the beekeepers, other beekeepers do. I think I will try it at some point this season, but this works really good. You just have to be a little patient and careful, because you can crush the queen if she like starts sticking her head out through these little slats and you close it. You can crush her. I know, I've done it. She was close to coming out, but not quite. Come on, girl. Here she comes. She's taking her time. There's not a lot of bees up here yet, but she'll work her way down. There she goes. And that's all there is to it. It's not hard. Just have to be a little patient. And these, they still smell the queen in there, so they don't want to leave. But I just shake them out. They're fine. Okay, so that should be good for them for a while. I built all these, and you can see I have a 1/4 inch recess, like a inner cover at the top, which gives them the room to move up over the frames. And then when I first built them, I built them so if I had to feed, I can use a mason jar and feed them, but I try not to feed them. Sugar is expensive, and they're doing just fine without feeding them. Alright, I hope that wasn't too long of a video, and hopefully everyone is either not having swarms or at least catching their swarms. Next Monday I have about 7 or 8 colonies to really check on and make sure that the swarm cells are either knocked down, or I might have to make a few more splits. I only have 2 nuke boxes left that aren't being used, so we'll see. That's what makes beekeeping fun. Alright, until next time, good luck with your bees. Thanks.